Hello and welcome to the show. This is the Fantasy Genio Show. I am your host, the Fantasy Genio, and this is NFL Draft 2025 Fantasy Football Edition. Let's get it. Let's get right into this, okay? Let's start with the quarterbacks. Are there any viable quarterbacks for fantasy purposes? And I'm here looking at my spreadsheet as I'm going back and forth. I start with Cam Ward, who's likely going to be the number one overall pick in the NFL draft. I've been following this guy this whole past season. He played for the Hurricanes. I'm a Hurricanes fan for college. I'm from Miami, so I watched this guy. He did some magic with the ball. I mean, his skills are on another level. He does make some mistakes from time to time, and that's okay. He's a gunslinger, but he's really good. He's really good with the football, knows when to run it, things of that nature. Do I think he's a target for fantasy purposes? Probably not. All right, but let's talk about this a little bit, okay? If the Tennessee Titans grab him, who do they got? Well, they got Calvin Ridley. They got Treylon Burks. So those are your 1-2 targets. That doesn't really instill much in me that says, oh, well, that's going to improve that offense. So they did pick up Kevin Zeitler in free agency, guard, played with the Lions, big part of that run game over there. So that was a very good pickup for the Titans and going to help Cam Ward a lot. Still don't think it's enough for me to say, well, let me take a flyer on him for fantasy purposes. Probably not. Now, if he's going to be the number one overall pick, let's just say, when he goes down, when Titans are ready to pick their second round pick, which is number 33, right? Are they going to go, guard, tackle to bolster that offensive line, or are they going to go wide receiver and help Cam Ward and give him more weapons? One of the guys that might be there and help him out, Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. He's a decent wide receiver. Not sure if he's going to get it done, but if they pick him, let's just say, I don't know if that's going to help Cam Ward's stock in fantasy, but we'll monitor that situation. Then you have, this is borderline. This is not my rankings. This is just me talking. Everybody's kind of talking about Shedeur Sanders. I don't think he's a fantasy target at all. I don't think he's ever going to be one, at least not for the foreseeable future. He's not a running quarterback. I like running quarterbacks. That is my thing. Running quarterbacks, not running just running quarterbacks. Running quarterbacks that can throw the ball. Those are the guys I'm targeting at the QB position in fantasy. Okay, I'm targeting running quarterbacks that can throw and I can get value on. I don't like targeting those top guys because you're getting way too high, Josh Allen's of the world. And then if you get them too high, now you're not building your roster. You need to build your running backs, your wide receivers first. I think that's the bulk of your team. Quarterbacks can give you 15 points a game, maybe 20. So it's not a big deal to wait on quarterback, and that's just the approach I take. So I'm looking for value guys, but that can probably get you 30 or 40, and that's how you can win, right? You build your 3, 4, 5 running backs and wide receivers first, and then bring it down somewhere in 8 or 9, maybe 6 or 7, depends, and get your QB1 down there. Hopefully, a running quarterback that can throw. Jaden Daniels was my guy last year. He was my target. I was looking for him anywhere. Every league that I was in, I was targeting him. Somewhere in the 6, 7, 8 round range, I was looking for him. And it paid off for me. Won a championship. And it was mostly because of him. I actually won 2. So we'll monitor those running quarterbacks. So Shedeur Sanders is not a running quarterback, and he might be okay for a team. He might help that team win, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about fantasy football, and I just don't think he's going to get it done. Now, this is the guy I really do think is going to get it done. Okay, let's talk a little about Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is one of those guys that can sling it. He may make some mistakes here and there, interceptions and untimely places in the game, but he does have a live arm. He can sling it, and he does run. He loves to run, and he's a tough runner. He's a tough, big guy that can run, kind of like Josh Allen. Kind of reminds me of him a little bit. So this guy might be in play for fantasy purposes. Let's talk a little bit about that. So what are the teams that are slated, or they're thinking, hey, we can target this guy? Okay, I don't know what round he's going to go. Some are saying he's going to go before Shedeur Sanders. I think he should. In my opinion, I think he's before Shedeur Sanders, but that's my opinion. But these are the teams that they're thinking, hey, he might go to, right? Steelers. I think Steelers is a great situation for him. Okay, I think that would be ideal for fantasy purposes. They currently have DK Metcalf and George Pickens. Okay, now they do need a running back too, so we got to monitor that too. Okay, we got to see who they they lost Najee Harris, so they do need a true running back one. So we'll see. Do they go Janty? I don't know, but we do have to monitor that situation. But if he does go to the Steelers, I think that's a great situation for him. He's got some viable targets he can throw to, and if he needs to, he can take off. That is fantasy points. That is fantasy points right there. So again, it depends where he goes. Okay. Another team he might go to is the Saints. I mean, they just announced that Derek Carr, it might have season-ending surgery on his throwing shoulder. I mean, this is huge for whoever they get at quarterback, because whoever's standing there is essentially going to be their number one. Is the guy who's going to be throwing the ball all the time. So if it's Jackson Dart, I like that situation too. I think he can get it done. So those are two teams, right? Steelers and Saints. Okay, for Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is definitely a target if he goes to the right situation. Okay, then you got Jalen Milroe. Another running quarterback. I think less accurate, I'm not really a big fan of Jalen Milroe, to be quite frank. He's decent. He's not at the Dart level, in my opinion. And also it depends where he goes and all that. If he's the number one somewhere and he's the true number one, he might go late in drafts. I might throw a flyer on him just because of that running upside, right? That running upside helps like crazy. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at value, and I'm looking at running and also throw. Since his throwing is, to me, is like a little bit off. Might shy away, but on a 15, 16, 17 round draft, fantasy draft, I might throw a flyer on him as the last pick. Who knows, right? That I like to throw high upside dart throws, no pun intended. All right, so that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a few other guys: Quinn Ewers, Kyle McCord, Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel. They're probably going to go somewhere. They're going to get drafted probably late in day 3 of the NFL draft. Not looking at these guys at all. If these guys do something, they're probably going to be waiver wire picks that you're going to have to either bid on or hope that you're somewhere in the high up in the pick, which you really don't want to hope that, because that means your team is probably not doing so well. So you don't want that. But that if in my opinion, if you want to get one of those guys, it's gonna be a waiver wire guys. All right. Now that was for the quarterback position. Let's talk a little bit about the running backs. Give me 1 second. All right. So I really only got 3 guys I want to talk about. There's tons of running back upside this year in the NFL draft, and I'm sure guys are going to grab them, or teams are going to grab them, and that's great. But there's only 3 that might do something. I think there's one that's going to do something. I actually think there might be 2 that are going to do something, regardless of the team they go to, and one that may or may not do something. So let's talk about it real quick. Let's talk about Ashton Janty. He is a generational talent, super elusive. He can break tackles, got the speed. I mean, he's got it all. He's shown it day in and day out in every game that he's been. The guy is amazing. All right, so it doesn't really matter what team he goes to. I think he'll still, even with a bad offensive line, I still think he's going to be good. But it does depend what team he goes to, and then his ADP, if it's worth it. right? Like if he goes to a team like the Oakland Raiders at number 6, sorry, I keep saying Oakland, the Las Vegas Raiders at number 6, I think I'll take him in one of these higher rounds, maybe round 3, maybe 2. They did have an improved offensive line towards the end of the season, so that's something to look at. They didn't really make any moves. They didn't really get anybody or get rid of anyone, so pretty much the same. I do like Pete Carroll. I think that's a big plus, and I do think they'll use him like he used beast mode, right? So, I had beast mode in a couple of seasons, and he won me championships. So I do like that situation. I think it's going to be good, and I would take him pretty high. Another team that he might go to is the Bears. The Bears are an interesting situation because their offensive line has also improved dramatically. They signed Drew Dahlman, who was ranked by Pro Football Focus as the 4th best center in all of football. Okay, he came from the Falcons. So that offensive line wasn't terrible. I would probably venture to say that the sacks that Caleb Williams had were probably mostly on him for holding on to the ball too long. So I'm not going to put it all on the offensive line, but I do like this Drew Dahlman signing, and whatever running back is there is also going to benefit from it. Right now is DeAndre Swift. I'm not a fan of DeAndre Swift. But if Janty goes there, he's going to be the clear number 1. Pretty sure, especially if they grab him number 6. And Swift will, take a back seat as the starting running back for that team. I do like that situation. Then they're also saying the Steelers might jump up and grab him, which, like I said before, the Steelers do need a running back. They need a quarterback. They need a running back. So I like that situation too. I think he can get it done. Offensive line, pretty bad. But I still think Janty is that type of guy that can get it done regardless. He's probably a 2nd or 3rd round pick for me. I mean, for him to be 1st, we'd have to see where he goes in that whole situation. Somehow a miracle he drops to the Broncos, or the Broncos move up for him. I'm probably grabbing him as my 1st pick late in that round, or he's definitely want to be one of those 1st round targets. Okay, Ashton Janty, he's awesome. Omarion Hampton, good running back, very physical, big dude. Can get it done. Probably not targeting him for fantasy purposes. Depends where he goes. If he's a clear running back 1, I might target him late in fantasy drafts, but definitely not right now. I don't know enough about him. I mean, I know what he did in college, but to me, it's just not enough for me to say, oh yeah, this is the guy. I'm going after this guy everywhere. All right. But this other guy, who has a weird ranking from NFL draft pundits, Cam Skattebo. I am in on Cam Skattebo. I mean, he's ranked anywhere from a 2nd round pick to a 4th, 5th round pick in NFL drafts. Like, that's the difference. And I'm not sure why. It must be his 4.6 speed. I mean, I think he did 4.5, 4.7, 4.55, 4.57 at his pro day, which is not bad. 4.6. I get it. He's not the fastest running back in the world, but I don't think that's a reason to not pick him when you actually see this guy play football. Okay, this guy is elusive, breaks tackles. He's an angry runner. He stiff arms guys all day. He has great vision. He sees it. So when you're talking about, he may not have that breakaway speed, but he's gonna get you 30 hard yards because guys are not gonna be able to tackle this guy. He's what? Let me see, 5'9", 219. He's a tank. That's probably why he's not the fastest, but 4.6 is just fine when you can break a bunch of tackles. This guy's a monster. I'm telling you right now, if he goes in the right situation, I'm targeting this guy, and I'm hoping to target him late. I know I'm saying this now, and I'm putting him out there, and guys are probably going to go after him now, but that's okay. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you guys win championships. I think Cam Scatterboo, if he goes to the right situation, okay, I mean, he's the truth. In my opinion, this guy is one of the best running backs in college football, up there with Janty, different types of runners. But that alone just makes him, he's so productive. He was the offense for Arizona State. He was the offense. I mean, he can get it done. I'm telling you, Cam Scatterboo is the truth. I'm going to be monitoring, seeing where he goes. I don't care where he goes in the draft. As long as he goes to a team where there's no running back or no good running back, where he can just own it. And I'm going to be targeting him in every league that I'm in. I'm telling you right now, Cam Scatterboo is the truth. Now, let's go into wide receivers. Not going to talk too much here because for fantasy purposes, there's just so many unknowns. And I just can't. I can't do it right now. But let's talk about a couple, okay, that have high upside, right? Let's talk about Travis Hunter. He's a Heisman Trophy winner, well deserved. The dude played wide receiver and cornerback for Colorado. He's at 6 feet, 188. He's a great route runner, great hands, great body position. I mean, he's just a really, really good football player. So whatever team gets him is going to get a wide receiver 1 there. But it does depend where he goes. A lot of people are talking about the Giants. Giants are not a bad place for him to go. Russell Wilson is good enough. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I'm not grabbing Wilson for fantasy purposes, but I think he can get it done. And having Neighbors and Hunter there is going to help him. And I think they'll both eat. I think it's a decent situation. So we'll monitor depending where he goes. But he may be a target. I think he's later in the draft. So we'll just have to see how that all plays out. But, excuse me, definitely in play for fantasy football purposes. Then you have Tetora McMillan, or T-Mac, as everyone calls him. This guy is really good. I mean, he's 6'4", 6'5", 219, 220. I mean, he's a big dude. Hands catcher. I love hands catcher. Good route runner. Has that breakaway speed, long strides. Can win 50-50 balls up in the air, jump balls. I mean, he's really good. So, again, depends where he goes, right? But definitely in play for fantasy purposes. Just need to see where he goes. Who's the one there? Can he take over as the one? Do they have a good quarterback? Do they have a good offensive line? Are they a winning team? Are they a good offense? You know, these are the things I look at, right? But definitely in play. Then maybe you got Luther Burden, Matthew Golden, Emeka Egbuka. Probably not targeting them for fantasy purposes. We'll see where they go. We'll monitor that situation. And the very last thing I want to talk about, guys, let's talk a little bit about the tight end position. And let's talk about Tyler Warren. So Tyler Warren is one of the best tight ends I've ever seen come out of college. I mean, this guy was a quarterback in high school. He does it all. He obviously runs great routes, speed, hands catcher, great hands, finds a sweet spot running downfield, getting open for his quarterback, blocks. So he's going to be in there every snap, almost every snap, okay? So far, so good. I'm loving this, right? We're just talking about a great tight end that can do all these things. He can also throw the ball. He can also run the ball. This guy has been placed in the wildcat formation where he runs and he decides, am I going to throw it or am I going to run it? I love it. I love it. And the team that gets him, let me say this. This is probably, and again, I think the Jets are a bad organization. I think there's a lot of cleaning up that they need to do. Not because I'm a Dolphins fan. I just, as a football fan, I think that organization needs some work. Okay, I think they need work. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. But the Jets look like they're very interested in getting Tyler Warren, and this is very interesting to me. So Tyler Warren, a guy that can play the wildcat, can throw, run the ball as a running back, that can run great routes, catch, all of that good stuff. Right now, QB1 is Justin Fields. Which, by the way, if he continues to be the QB1 there, which seems to be the case, I am targeting him as well. Okay, he's a running quarterback. He's not the greatest, but he will get you points. He will get you a floor of 15 points and a ceiling of 40. Okay, this guy can get it done. Now, think about that, though, right? A guy like Justin Fields that can run. I see some packages, if the Jets do get Tyler Warren, I see some packages where Tyler Warren's gonna be at the helm and have Justin Fields on one of the two sides at wide receiver. That's pretty interesting. I think that might happen, right? And then he just decides who or where he's gonna throw the ball. They're gonna have a lot of packages like that. But you know what that means for fantasy purposes? Points. That's what that means, points. This kind of guy, and if you watch the tape, this guy is the truth as well. I love him, I love Scatterboo. Those are my two favorites for this year, and I want to see where they go. And I like them for fantasy purposes, but I'm really, really going to be seeing which teams they go to, who's there right now, who's the running back, who's the quarterback, do they have a good offensive line? Did they improve the offensive line, right? Or did they get worse? Did somebody leave, right? But I'm definitely looking at those things. Those things are so instrumental, and they seem like good dudes, high character. So they're not gonna be, with this ticky-tacky stuff. Oh, I can't play. Oh, oh my God, my knee hurts. And I know they get hurt. I'm not, knocking that. But sometimes I think they really don't, they all get hurt, but they all play, right? Like this is a contact sport. You're going to feel it, and they play through these things. So if they don't, some of these players, there's something else going on. And I think that's a character thing. And I think these two guys are high character. Janty, also a target for me no matter where he goes. Scatterboo, depends where he goes. Tyler Warren, if he goes to the Jets, I'm in. Anyway, this is the Fantasy Genio, and this was the Fantasy Football NFL Draft Edition. Thank you for listening. Please do the thing, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all those things. Tell your friends, okay? This is the channel that if you watch it as often as I post, you're going to win a championship. I guarantee you, you are going to win a champ. I'm going to give you everything. I'm not going to charge anything. I'm not going to sell you some thing on a website and some draft. No, I'm going to give you the guys that I like. I'm going to give you the guys that I'm targeting. I'm going to tell you where I'm targeting them. I don't know that yet. NFL draft hasn't even happened yet. So once that happens, and I know where everyone goes, how all teams improved or got worse or whatever, then I'll know more. Then the rankings start coming out. And then you start saying, okay, well, as far as these rankings are concerned, I know I'm not going to agree with all of it, but I know that, okay, these guys are slated to go around here. So I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to target these guys in round 1, these guys in round 2, these guys in round 3, these guys in round 4, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, I'm going to give you my sleepers, all right? Not just rookie sleepers, because I like rookies. I think those are the best sleepers because nobody really knows. So if you're really got a conviction and you think, hey, these guys are going to be good, then do it. Go after them. Target them a little bit higher. Oh, that's a reach. No, it's not. You're picking the guy that you know is going to get it done. All right? That's why you're getting them higher. You don't go by what other people say or do. All right? So, again, I hope you like the show. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.